So today I have a real estate gig lined up in Kamloops. I'm going to do my best to capture some behind the scenes and talk about how I approach it and how I complete this job. Right now I'm just getting ready to pack and head out. I'm going to bring a drone. Need a drone. I'm going to bring a tripod. Camera's on that. Microphone's nice to have just in case. This is going to be my photo camera. The lenses I'm going to use today, primarily the 14mm to get all my wide shots, and then the 24-70 to do any fun, detailed, and tighter shots. So let's load it up. Gimbal, let's roll. All right, so I'm in my listing today. This is a beautiful home in Kamloops. I'm working on this listing for Scott McDowell. I'm gonna see if I can link his YouTube channel in here somewhere. Can't really see me. See if I can get his, he's got a YouTube channel on the go too, so I'll see if I can tag him. I've already done my walkthrough. Made sure all the lights are on, the blinds are open. This house is so bright and beautiful. It's gonna be a lot of fun to shoot. Made sure that the toilet seats are down, garbage cans are hidden, all that. I've done all my detailed shots already. So now I'm doing my wide establishing shots. This is a great room. I'm not gonna show all of the rooms as a tutorial, but this one in particular room, I just really like how it looks. It's nice and bright and big. There's lots of windows. So I'm gonna do some stacking exposures here and create an HDR. I'm using the 14mm. I'm gonna come over here, kind of set this up. I'm shooting at f9. I'm on a 2-second timer. My ISO is very low at about 80. This is looking pretty good. Just frame this up how I want it. That's looking pretty good. I'm gonna focus on probably the coffee table. I'm gonna start dark. So I'm shooting at about -2. If it's flashing, if the multimeter is flashing, you've gone too far. So you want to get it where it's just solid. So it's solid there. That looks good. So that's 1/40th of a second. I'm going to slow this down, do it about -0.3. So I'm starting to get some nice light into the room and my outside shots are starting to be blown out. I'm going to go +0.3. I'm going to get a nice big bright shot of inside here at about +1. So that was what, 4 or 5 photos. I'm going to stack those together. That should be a beautiful image by the time I'm done. When I get back to the office, I'll have more to say. Do some more walkthrough with Lightroom and Davinci. Thanks. Alrighty. Back in the office. Yeah, it was a pretty busy day. Feels good to be back. I ended up going down to a coffee shop this morning and I worked on some photos while I had breakfast, and I'll put the photos up here. It was a coyote shot I took while I was out with my buddy Caleb, and he actually got a photo of me too while I was out, so I'll put that photo up here and maybe his Instagram somewhere over here or something. Yeah, so I was having breakfast playing with those photos, and I ran into like 4 realtors that I knew in town while I was having coffee at this local coffee shop in Kamloops. So that was super fun, got to chat with some of them. And then once I was done doing that, I ran over to this house and met up with Scott, and I did the Scott McDowell, and I started working on his listing for him. We did photos and video today, and I'm gonna jump into Lightroom and Davinci Resolve and kind of break down my process again about how I approach this. All right, so Lightroom. So I'm just gonna flip through these. Again, I talked about this the other day. Pretty straightforward. I went through the house with Scott, we kind of checked things out, and then I ran through the house with my 24-70, and I got some tight shots that you'll see here. Got some nice shots of the range. Close up of the sink. This is the countertops. I thought it would be nice to have a shot of the countertops in the kitchen. Just some decor stuff. Showing off the sinks, the double sinks, the nice lights in the bathroom. I thought this was a cool angle of the way the bed was set up in the master bedroom. And then I got into my tripod again. So all of these next set of photos that you're gonna see, we're done with the 14 mil. I was taking 3 images with my camera on the tripod, underexposed, balanced, and overexposed, and then I stack them. I'll show you how I do that here. So basically when you upload all your files into Lightroom, you're gonna find, so you can see here, these are all my groups of the same photo. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, some of them were 2, some of them were 5, just kind of use my best judgment to try and accomplish the best exposure, especially like on these rooms with the windows, with all the windows, I would take a few more shots, right? So what you do is you're gonna highlight the group and then hit Command G. And Command G groups the photos into a stack. Once you've grouped them all, you can just highlight them and then go up to the top, click Photo, Photo Merge, HDR, and then the computer will start chomping away and it'll start stacking all of these images. Once that's done, it spits them out here for you, and then I flip through and I just touch them up a little bit. They didn't need a ton of work. So we'll start here. This was like the front office den type room. They have it set up as like a exercise room. Front entrance, really like these nice big doors. Had a lot of fun in this house. It was just stunning. Garage, whatever, right? I thought these lights on the staircase was so cool. I actually haven't seen that before. I liked how their little pot lights on the staircase is just so sweet. So now you're gonna see like I've got some really nice exposure coming in from outside. It was a pretty gloomy day, so I didn't actually mask the window. This is just the natural exposure that I got from stacking my images. In the summer, when Kamloops is looking absolutely stunning, I'll actually mask all of these windows and just make that exterior light look really nice. Some angles of the living room. The kitchen, look at that feature wall, so cool. Kitchen, trying to show off all the storage on this other side of the island as well. Show how nice and bright this space is. Super fun. Back to that feature wall. Then the bedrooms, laundry room, everything was just nice and white. Another thing I really liked about this house is all the light bulbs were pretty much the same color. It can be really difficult when you go into a home and they've got different colored light bulbs in the same room. Kind of a nightmare, but this place was just set up perfectly for me. And then there was a suite downstairs. Easy peasy. Some exterior shots. So now I'm back to the 24-70. Got a bunch of different angles for Scott. Backyard. Boom. And then a couple drone shots here. Yeah, so I actually used the drone to get up to the balcony. I didn't feel like standing on there shooting out, so I put the drone up and got a nice shot of that. Again, just left, center, right, bird's eye view, backyard shot. And then there's a nice view of Kamloops. Boom! So there's the photos. You can see like, yeah, it's just a touch of sharpening, highlights down, shadows up, white balance, good to go. Let's close Lightroom. That was about, yeah, it was pretty close to 70 shots again once the album was finished. I'm gonna open up Davinci Resolve and I'm gonna start working on this video. It'd be interesting to see how my computer handles screen recording while I'm editing 4K footage. So again, I'm organizing this by date and address. So you can see I haven't done anything yet. This is just a raw timeline. So the first thing I'm gonna do is come over and drop all my footage in. I've just got it all in this bin here. Boom. And then I'm gonna create a bin, a new bin, and I'm gonna go drone, and then I'm just gonna drop all my drone clips into the drone bin, and then I'm gonna go gimbal, and I'll just dump all my gimbal shots into that bin, and then I'm gonna go Scott. He can have his own bin because we've got a bunch of takes here. I'll drop those in there. So look, now I'm nice and organized. Looking good. This I can get out of there. I don't need that in there. This is actually for the YouTube video that I'm working on right now. So now I'm gonna come over here. I'm probably gonna start with some drone shots, right? Establishing. I think it'd be cool. Let's see, I kind of just flew around the valley a bit. That's sweet right there. I'll probably use a couple seconds of that. Perfect. I love that, actually. That looks really good. With the drone, I'm able to use a 5.1K resolution setting at 50 frames. So it's like buttery image. Just love that drone. Let's see what else I got here. Then I went this way. I think I like the bridge. Yeah, I like the bridge. I'm gonna use that. That's iconic, an iconic part of Kamloops. Oh, right about there. Boop. Drop that in. Oh, where'd it go? Okay. So I've got 2 establishing shots. That's probably enough. I've got more to pull from, but I don't think I need it. So then I would probably cut to the... Actually, after that, I'd probably cut to Scott. What am I doing? Go back over here, click on my master bin, go to Scott. I'm pretty sure I liked his 3rd take. Let's see what we got.
Hi, I'm Scott McDowell, and welcome to my new listing at 1069 Forden Place. This property has so many amazing features, including being located just minutes from downtown, minutes from TRU and Sahali Shopping, and has a 2-bedroom legal suite and many custom features throughout. Let's go take a look.
That was okay. A little chunky.
Hi, I'm Scott McDowell, and we are standing outside our new listing at 1069 Forden Place. This property has amazing features, including a 2-bedroom legal suite, many custom finishings throughout, including stone countertops, and just located minutes from downtown and Sahali Shopping. Finishings throughout. Hi, I'm Scott McDowell, and welcome to my new listing at 1069 Forden Place. This property is just minutes from downtown, short drive from Sahali Shopping and TRU, and this property has a lot of amazing features, including a 2-bedroom legal suite and a lot of custom finishings throughout. Let's go take a look.
Ah, I like that one. That was really good. Solid. So I'm just gonna take off the fat and drop it in. So now we've got that, so it goes establishing shot. Oh, what did I do there? Establishing shot, Scott's intro. I'm gonna mute this for now. So we're good there. So now I'm gonna go back, probably to my drone, because I got this really cool shot. Oh, I need to show the house, right? Yeah, so I need to show the house first. I think this one seems really nice and smooth. I'll probably use this one. Yeah. Right about there. So now we're revealing the house for the first time. And then I got another shot going right up to the front door, which was pretty cool. I think I got 2 of them. Yeah. It's too bad the neighbor came out as soon as I hit record with that one, because that's a really good shot actually. But I have a second one to pull from. That one's pretty clean. Ah, I think I like the one with the neighbor more though. It's just a better shot, minus the neighbor. So I think I'm gonna use that one. Maybe I shouldn't. Sometimes people get weird about stuff like that, so I'll go with the other shot. It doesn't have the neighbor in it. So I'll right about there. Ah, that's a little bit, I don't like how it cuts the address out. Right about there. And then, right, and then right about there. I'll probably end up reversing that shot, so I'm coming into the house rather than away from the house. So I can just do that right now. You're gonna click on that chunk there, highlight it, right click, change speed, just go -1, and that just reverses it. So now I'm coming into the house. It's just a lot easier to fly backwards on a shot like this because there were so many obstacles that I was trying to avoid hitting with my drone. So I found it much easier to fly backwards than forwards. I do that a lot with my gimbal as well. Like when I'm shooting a room, a lot of the time I'm actually starting in the middle of the room and walking backwards out, and then I reverse the footage when I get into Davinci. So I think I'm done with drone shots for now. Come back over my gimbal. I got a shot coming right in through the front door, which I really like. So I'll cut this up. And look again, I think here's me moving forward. But it actually looks way better when I walk backwards. So right about here. And then to about there. So I'll drop that in. Highlight it, right click, change speed, -1. Boom. And then I did another shot showing the inside of the front entrance. So I'll probably start about there. Ooh. Right about there. Again, I'm walking backwards, so I'm reversing this footage. Oh, actually, maybe I don't want to reverse this one. Forwards. Yeah. I'm gonna keep that one moving backwards. And then I come up. I think this was a pretty cool shot. Yeah, that was sick. Boop. Right there. Scrub all the way over. I'm gonna finish right about there. Drop that in. I'm gonna speed ramp this, so we'll come back to speed ramping. What do I want to do? I don't think I want that. I could use that bit right there. That's pretty cool. That's it. Just that little chunk. And then I'm gonna spin around and show the kitchen. Oh yeah, this one was cool. I did like right there. Look at that. So yeah, this is basically the process, just kind of picking the bits and pieces that you want to slap in and just dropping them in the order you like. This was another cool one. I'm keeping this one really short. Like, it was a pretty big home and I don't want to show the whole home. The goal of this is to be a teaser video. So I'm keeping it short and sweet. I'm showing my favorite parts of the home. And if the viewer is a potential buyer, this is going to get them really excited about the home and they're going to want to see more, which means they're going to go to the photos for reference. I took photos of everything. Or they're going to want to see the home in person, which is best case scenario. That's how you sell a home. That's pretty cool too. I like that right there. Because now I'm revealing that feature wall in the back. We're showing how big and open the dining room is that just feeds right into the kitchen. That open concept, right? It's fighting the reflection of the TV, so I got to cut about right there. That's probably good. That's a lot of living room stuff, so I should show the kitchen. Oh, that's fucking deadly right there. Look at that. And then just that little chunk. What's over here? Yeah, that looks good. Maybe one more kitchen shot. What do I have here? I think I'm not loving that. I'm gonna skip that. I already showed the feature wall. I gotta keep this short. Oh, that's a pretty cool shot though. Like, I got some great shots in here. Actually, I might use this one, because I only have one kitchen shot. So let's do another kitchen shot. Show the dining room. Look at this wrap around. Boom, back to the feature wall. Perfect. We'll cut there. Dropping it in. And then I gotta show the master. The master is just beautiful. So this one I know looks better. I remember shooting it. Coming in backwards was the way to go. It's this really nice soft curve. Perfect. So I'll drop that in. And I think that's all I'm gonna show. Without any retiming or anything, I'm at 1.5 minutes about. I'm gonna, again, highlight it, right click, change speed, -1. Because I wanna be moving into the room. Boom. Save that. Command save. I got it on auto save, but I always command save. Command S to auto save. Okay, so that's a pretty good start. Now I'm gonna go back to Scott because we did an outro. So those are his intro shots.
Before it even hit the market.
Okay, so that's something else.
Actually, there's gonna be no.
That's something else.
Today, give. If it.
Oh, what's this?
If you like what you see in the video today, please give us a call to book an appointment. To book.
He feels my pain. This is me on my first YouTube video.
If you like what you see in the listing today, please book an appointment to make.
I love
If you
this.
like what you see today, make sure you book an appointment to view.
No, come
If
on.
you like what you see in the video, make sure you book an appointment to view the property.
I think it was this one.
If you like what you saw in the listing, make sure you book an appointment today. So give me a call or click the link below.
Oh, nailed it. That was it. Again, trim the fat. Drop this down. So that's our outro clip, or like him wrapping it up, and then I would probably finish with like some establishing drone shots that I would use as an ending shot. I could even just copy and paste these first two shots, but let's see what else I have in here. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna reuse these two frames. So copy and paste, just like anything else, just copy and paste it over to the other end. Cool, so now I've got like my timeline pretty much done. So when I'm done here, it's always like you're starting from the left and you're moving to the right in Davinci. So right, this is where I organized all my footage. I made my bins, then I cut everything up and I dropped it into my timeline. Now I'm actually gonna get in and edit this. So I've got this nicely broken up here. I'm gonna unmute this track. I'm gonna highlight all this because I don't want any of this audio here. So I'm gonna link these together. I just highlighted them, right click to open this panel. And now I can delete all of this audio that I'm not gonna use. I've only got the 2 bits. So now I need to find music, and I would drop that in and I would start cutting and retiming to the beat. But this time instead, I'm gonna jump over to color grading because I don't feel like looking for music right now. With the drone shots, I'm gonna use a Rec 709 LUT, and with my stuff, I'm gonna use an S-Log3 LUT. So I've got these bins over here. I'm gonna pick this shot. I'll pick a frame I like this frame. And then I already know which one I'm gonna use because I've done this so many times. I like number 4. It's just very realistic. There's no crazy colors. And then I'm just gonna apply that to my node. And now I'm just gonna touch this up a bit. It actually looks really good, but I might just slightly warm it up. Just add a little bit of warmth, a tiny bit of saturation. That's looking pretty good. I mean, it was a gloomy day. There's only so much I can do. That's a little too much contrast. I'm gonna brighten it just a hair. Come back over here. I'm gonna bring up my detail. I like these shots to look really sharp. A little bit of color. I'm not liking how those mountains are just so blue. Ah, there we go. Starting to bring some life back into it. I'm really happy with that. I'm just gonna take, there's not a lot of noise in here, so up here you can click, here I'll hide my LUTs. This is your like zoom, so I'm gonna zoom way in. It's a pretty clean image, just for myself. I'm gonna delete some of the noise. You can see, just cleaned it up a hair. And then I can come back out, click fit, boom. That's a nice looking drone shot. From here, I'm just gonna copy and paste that. Look at that, looking pretty. Come back over to the end, paste that on here. Looking lovely. Okay, then I'm gonna restart that process with my S-Log footage. And again, I already know exactly which LUT I wanna use. So I've done this a couple times. Scott's looking pretty sexy here. I'm really happy with how this looks. I exposed it properly. With S-Log, you're wanting to expose it about, you want the multimeter to say about 1.7 to 2. If it's flashing, if you see the multimeter flashing, you've overexposed or underexposed. So a solid 2 is perfect exposure, and I nailed it here. I mean, the highlights on his forehead are a little harsh, but I can bring that down here. So I'm gonna come over, add some contrast. Then I'm gonna bring these highlights down, and then I'm gonna bring my shadows up. I'm not going to be able to get rid of those highlights. That just kind of is what it is, but it still looks really good. I think I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not going to add any detail in this shot. Right? You don't want to do that. This is perfect the way it is. Maybe just like the touch of warmth, just a touch. You can't even tell if I did anything. Looks good. Oh, I've got some more drone shots here. Let's just copy and paste these over. That's just a tiny bit too warm on the home, so I'm gonna just bring that down a bit. I like that. That looks good. Okay, now let's see how this looks. I'm gonna copy and paste my S-Log changes over to, now I'm moving into the house. This is gonna, yeah, I'm not happy with that. So we're gonna bring this back over here. I'm gonna get rid of these. Nice. I think that is, yeah, that's looking pretty good. Now on this shot, I am gonna add detail in this because I want the home to look really nice and crisp. Hey, just max it out. Look how sharp it is. It's a little too sharp. I think that looks pretty good. Just makes all the edges really nice and sharp. Pretty happy with that. So let's just start copy and pasting this through. This shot's out of focus. I'll try and fix that. That looks pretty good. I could bring up my exposure a hair. Yeah, that looks good. And I want those blacks a little blacker. That's looking pretty good. Boom. Oh, yeah. Look at this. It's coming to life. Whew. Before, after. Before, after. This is a little blue in here, a little cool. Let's just warm it up just a touch. Just a hair. Apparently 110 is a hair. Nice. Boom. We're still in the kitchen, so I'm just keeping that consistent. Now bedroom. Yeah, now we're a little too warm in the bedroom. That looks good. Now I'm going to go back over, because now I've got Scott's, so I'm going to copy and paste Scott back over on his outro. And yeah, that needs some adjustments. I mean, way different lighting than outside to inside, right? Makes sense. So let's need to bring the exposure up. That looks pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Nice. So now, like, I mean, everything's in order. Everything's color graded. This is looking really good. I'm gonna do a title because I need to put ourselves on the map here. So you can come over to your edit tab, click on the effects guy that's up at the top here. It's like the little magic brush. Titles. I'm gonna do, there's one I use all the time and I always forget what it's called. bear with me. Fade on, drop in. Let's drop in. Yeah, drop in's kind of cool. Maybe fade. We'll do 2 of these, so I can just, well, I'll start with 1. So we'll do the address. We'll do 1069 Forden Place. And then let's see what that looks like. So you can just put your marker over it. That looks pretty good. I think I liked it bold. It just kind of falls away in the image if I change the font size. So I'm just going to copy and paste that. Oops. And stack it on top of itself. And then I'm just going to go in and I'm going to change the text. I'm just going to say Kamloops, BC. And then I'll just move it below. Click on settings. Transform position Y. Move it down just a hair. You can put it wherever you like. Nice. So let's see. Drone shot, drone shot, drone shot. And then maybe I'll start these back over here. And it can carry probably into this second clip. Oh, you know what? I know what I did wrong. I actually have to start over. I kind of fucked that up. There we go. Okay, so you can't, what I did was I highlighted both of them and I dragged them back like this. You can't do that. So what you have to do is you have to move the beginning to where you want it to start and then drag the ends where you want them to end. And that should fix my problem. Yeah. Okay, I'm happy with that. And I should be able to drag this over, right? I think that'll fix itself once I export. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me turn off this button up here. If you didn't know, you can turn off your color grading if your computer can't handle it. That might be what I'm dealing with right now. Now it's not showing me anything. All right. I guess that turns off your titles as well. Anyways, we'll roll with that. All right. Oh, I had to put a hoodie on. It was freezing. Whew. Don't worry though, I'm still repping. Okay, I found a song. Oh, I need to screen record again. It's always good to be organized. Ah! What happened? Oh, nothing. We're good. All right. Got my song. Never stopped. I never stopped. I don't think it says that once in the whole song. Get in there. All right, look, now I got my beat. Now I'm gonna start cutting and retiming and speed ramping. I'll talk about speed ramping. There's one clip in here I know I want to speed ramp. So I'll show you that. Okay, let's see what we got. All right. So let's do something like that, I guess.
Hi, I'm Scott McDowell.
I'm gonna cut some of this out. So we got 1, 2. So let's just get rid of this. Bring this back because I want this to drop pretty early, I think. Yeah. I want this to drop like on this first cut. So let's just roll with this. Maybe I'll just fade it in. I wasn't looking. Yep, that's pretty sweet. I need to turn this down. Okay, and then it's way too loud when Scott starts talking. So what I'm gonna do So right about here, you can go Option. I'm going to zoom in a bit. Command plus and Command minus is zoom in, zoom out of your timeline when you're on the edit page. So I'm going to come over right about here. I'm going to go Option and click on the volume meter. And that places a node on my audio timeline. And that's just a reference point. So not very far after, before Scott starts talking, I'm going to place a second node. And I'm going to repeat that at the end of his talking bit. So it looks like you can tell by his waveform here that he stops talking right about here. And then I'll just put a second reference point over there. And then I'll zoom out a bit. And I'm going to bring these audio levels down. So I'm leaving the outer nodes where they originally were, and I'm only bringing the levels down with the inner nodes. Move this over just a tad so it's got a nice curve to it. So let's see what that sounds like.
Hi, I'm Scott McDowell, and welcome to my new listing at 1069 Fordham Place. This property is just minutes from downtown, short drive from Sahali Shopping on Tier U, and this property has a lot of amazing features, including a 2-bedroom legal suite and a lot of custom finishings throughout. Let's go take a look.
Nice. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to mute this for a sec. Now I'm really going to get into how I want to retime this, right? So this moves to the right, but then my next shot cuts back to the left. So I'm actually going to reverse this shot. Change clip speed. So I'm going to go -100. So now it's going to go from right to left. And then when it cuts to the next clip, it's actually lining up a lot closer, which is pretty sweet. And I'm going to slow this down too. I'm going to go -75. Like I said, I shot this at 50 frames a second, so I've got some time to play with. And then I'm going to cut that, make it shorter. Right there. That's a nice beat to cut on. Then I'll move this over. Nice. Okay, and then we're gonna talk about speed ramping here. So to speed ramp, highlight your clip. You want your little arrow over the clip. Command R opens up your speed ramping. And then to go a little bit further into it, you want to right click on it, click on retime curve. If you're too zoomed out, it won't show you all the options. So you actually have to zoom in a little bit, and you'll see this little box pop up that says retime frame. Click on that drop down arrow, get rid of retime frame, and click on retime speed. Okay, and that's going to give you this nice line here. It's flat because the speed stays the same. It hasn't changed yet. So I'm going to start at the beginning here. I want the beginning part to be nice and slow. So about right there. I like that. So I'm going to slow that down just a hair. I don't like this van. It's too bad the van was there. So I'm actually going to start the clip probably right about here. So let's move this, bring this back, slide this over. So now I've got this nice slow push into the home. And then I'm going to speed ramp up to the door. Probably right about here. So then I'm going to drop another speed point, bring this over. So now you can see that our the speed timeline has changed. What this does down here is it lets you control like how fast that changes if you click on these two buttons here. So you've got like a linear adjustment and a gradual adjustment. And I'm going to make both of them nice and gradual, and you can play around with this, do whatever you want. It's pretty nifty. I want it to be a really slow change. So it's going to go slow, and then woo, speeds up a bit. I'm going to make that a bit faster. Oh, where was that? Right there. And that's where we're going to cut. Boom! Now I'm going to bring this next door shot over. That's too fast, I feel like. So I'm gonna negative 65. I could get really nifty with this. So let's do that. I'm gonna keep it simple, I think. And then this shot. Now this shot was out of focus, so I gotta be pretty careful with this one. I'm gonna go really slow with this one, so I wanna go about, the slowest I can go is 50. So let's see what that looks like. There's focus right there. So I'm just finding exactly where it grabs. Grabs right about there. So I'm gonna get rid of that, move this over, and then, oh, that's actually perfect. Oh, I just need a little bit more. Right there, that's all I need. Nice. Okay, now we're gonna go upstairs. This is probably gonna be another, might be another, yeah. And again, I want to smooth this out, because if I don't, it's like hitting the brakes really hard. So I'm gonna smooth that out again. Right click, retime curve, come over here, get rid of retime frame, because we don't want to do the frames, we want to do the speed. Click on this little node and soften it out. Nice, that's looking really good. And then there's a nice beat right there. Always trying to look for the beats. Oh, there's a little error right there. Right there, we'll cut that. Now, this is personal preference, because this is a straight clip. Now I'm moving to the left, and now I'm moving to the right. It might be way more smooth if these clips are moving in the same direction. Oh, I don't really love that. So I need to slow this down, probably 75%. And then I just need to get rid of that. Just the way my body moved, yeah, that's nice and smooth. And then I'm gonna cut there, bring this over. I think I want these both to go. Maybe I don't. Maybe I like how they bounce back. Let's just see what it looks like if I make them go the same way. And to do that, all I'm doing is just reversing the clip, so -100. I actually like it when they bounce. So we'll keep it the way it was. Right on that first, right there. That's all I need. Move this over. This is kind of a repetitive clip. I feel like I have too much living room, so I'm actually just gonna delete that and we'll go into the kitchen. That's really fast. I was almost jogging in this home. Wow, I was moving fast. Still too fast. Now these clips I can slow down a little bit more because I was shooting 60 frames a second. So let's see what that looks like. Oh, that's better. Something to keep in mind is when you're doing these clips, you kind of all want them to have the same amount of speed in them. If one's moving really fast and one's moving really slow, it just totally kills the flow of the video. So I'm trying to keep everything relatively in the same speed. And it really helps when I'm shooting these clips if I keep walking the same speed. For some reason, this clip, I feel like I was actually running. So I have to slow it down a lot. And then I'm actually gonna cut here. And I'm gonna come over here, pull this back, extend it. I'm pretty stoked on that. And then I'll cut that, and I've got this other sweet kitchen clip that I can cut to. And again, I'm just moving so fast, so I need to slow this down. I think I was excited or something. 65. So I'm slowing this right down. I'm gonna get rid of some of that movement. Where is that? Right there. Let's cut that. This is a sweet shot of the kitchen table here. I'm gonna Oh, that's pretty cool. And then does it pick back up? What happens to the music here? I just need to listen to the music for a second. This is quite a long lull, actually. I don't like how long that lull is. You can see on my timeline here. It's like a 15-second lull. I like that it lulls, but it's too long. I almost need to cut to another. Yeah, that'd be really cool. I need one more clip here. And I got some, I actually slapped on the 24-70 for some really tight shots with the gimbal. And I think I can do something pretty cool with it. So I'm just gonna slap in a shot of the sink. That'll work. I'm gonna bring this down, delete the audio off of it. Bring this over here to where I'm working right now. So right about here somewhere, because I go into the kitchen. So right after this clip, I want to show the sink. And I'm going to reverse it so it's moving about the same direction. Never mind. Keep it the same direction. And then this clip, I want to end where the lull starts. Right here, I think. This is too long, I think. Do I have another? Let's try that. And then bring this over. I need to move some of this a bit, so I'm just gonna zoom out. You can hold shift to highlight everything. Shift and click to highlight everything. Nice. So now it cuts to this lull and I've got this nice long, slow clip. But the lull's still too long, so now I need to start fucking around my audio. I like this. This is pretty sweet. So I think maybe right around here, bring this back, because I want it to come back. There's a magnet feature, so everything clips together. You can see this here. So here's the magnet. What do they call it? Snapping. It's a snapping tool. It looks like a magnet. When that's highlighted, everything just snaps together really nicely. If you want to auto toggle that feature, the stock key, you can totally customize your keyboard, but it's set to N. So you can see it's not highlighted anymore, and now it doesn't snap. It's much more flowy. So when you're making really small adjustments on your timeline, that's a really nice feature to know how to turn off and on, because sometimes it's your best friend and sometimes it's really annoying. So in this situation, I want it turned off because I want that beat to come in right when my clip ends. And I'm just gonna drag this over. Now this might sound really fucking dumb. You actually can't even tell I cut it. It worked out really well. Nice, and then the beat picks back up. And then we're gonna show the master bedroom. Need to turn my magnet back on. I'm gonna slow that down. Oh, that lined up pretty nicely. And then I'll bring Scott back over for his outro clip. And then I'm gonna need to bring the volume down again when he starts talking. So again, Option, come down to my audio time, my audio layer, set up a reference, and then one on the other side. Boom, and then just bring down this middle section where Scott starts talking. Let's give that a listen. Ah, I've got him muted.
Make sure you book an appointment today, so give me a call or click the link below.
He's a little quiet in this one. I'm gonna turn him up a bit, see how that sounds.
If you like what you saw on the listing, make sure you book an appointment today, so give me a call.
I need to turn the music way down.
If you like what you saw on the listing, make sure you book an appointment today, so give me a call or click the link below.
Nice. And then we're just gonna use these as an outro.
Call or click the link below.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Hi, I'm Scott McDowell, and welcome to my new listing at 1069 Forden Place. This property is just minutes from downtown, short drive from Sahali Shopping and TRU, and this property has a lot of amazing features, including a 2-bedroom legal suite and a lot of custom finishings throughout. Let's go take a look. If you like what you saw in the listing, make sure you book an appointment today, so give me a call or click the link below.
Awesome. Well, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully that was a nice little insight on some Davinci Resolve tips and tricks when it comes to editing a pretty basic real estate video. If you thought that there was any useful information in here, please give me a like and subscribe. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and cheers.